everyone, and welcome to a game called Starmade. Currently, you're mainly just seeing me salvaging a meteor or asteroid, either way, whatever you want to call it, simply to get some resources to continue building. I'm on a server with a few other people, about 30 to 40 other people. I do not know all of them, but I am planning on kind of making a new episode on this. This will be a rather short video, mainly me kind of just mining up this and talking about the game itself. I've been playing this game for a while, and it is a rather interesting game if you ask me. Now, how is it best to describe this game? I don't want to say like Minecraft, but at the same time, it's kind of like it. You mainly gather your resources, as you can see me doing right now, and you build your ship. Mainly, these are all salvager arrays, a camera, and a lot of power. Some black lights for lighting so you can see. A couple plex doors, some stuff down in there, which I will get into detail later on as I actually start building it. Now, I am not starting from scratch. I've been on this server for about 3 days now, so I've built the starter ship that this server pretty much gives you a blueprint for. I've modified it, and I've made the salvager. I have a home base, which is kind of necessary due to the fact that if you have a home base and faction a sector or star system, as I've done right here, then you get extra resources in that while you're in your star system. Now, all of these blocks are where other people have claimed their star system for their faction. The green one currently represents me. I have no sway with anyone else, so everyone is neutral for me right now, except for the pirate faction, which is an NPC faction that on this server has been modified to use custom blueprints, so they are a lot stronger than normal, which means my main source of income that I usually do, which is destroying pirates and looting them, then selling that loot to a shop, is no longer possible, simply because these pirates are way too strong. As for the way that I plan on doing this game, that's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to go show me mining some resources, showing me building a ship once in a while, but for the most part it will be me at first mining, me then building ships for a little while, and then after my ships have gotten to the point where I can take on pirates, it'll probably be less of me building a ship, more of me destroying pirates. There will be occasions where I go into the middle of a build and then start recording from there so that you can see the rest of my build. But for the most part, since I'm not exactly getting all my videos edited right now, I will not be recording that much. When I do, however, get into editing and get my speed up and everything done, I will actually do speed build videos where it's just me building it and I just have the video sped up while I talk over it in the background. That'll mainly be what I do for a couple videos after I get editing to be something I feel a little more comfortable with doing. Right now, as you see, I'm just strip mining these rocks for all their resources, which, as you can see by my inventory, I have quite a few stuff. So I'm going to move these down here, all of this up here, and pretty much these first 5 pieces here are all what came off of asteroids, and these 2 blocks here came from a abandoned station that is decayed, so that is all I will get instead of the actual blocks. Now you may ask me, why do I play this game? Simply because in this game you build your ships, you decide what kind of weapons you want it to have, and then you go destroy other players if you want, and whatever. On this server, there are dedicated build sectors, and all you have to do is put build in front of your name to get to those, where it is completely safe to build and you are at no threat. I will not be doing that. I'm going to solely be playing this game on survival. So pretty much just, if something happens to me, it happens. I cannot stop it. I will be trying to avoid pirate stations for the first little while. As you could see on the solar map when I brought it up, which I will actually do in just a second, I'll bring it back up. As you can see, these stations, there are several of them. This corner here, I've found about 2 pirate stations. I'm guessing these 2 here are also pirate stations. This corner, there's no stations, so, well, there's this one, but I haven't went over to it yet. Down in this bottom corner here, there are stations, and over here there are stations. As you can see, there are planets. This one here, I do have my main base on, which we will be heading back to that after I finish mining up a few more asteroids. But as I have said, a lot of this game is build up your own ship and everything. Something I haven't said though, this game's map is very much 3D, so you can move up, down, left, right, forward, and backward. The galaxy that you spawn in is very large and practically infinite, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least it is so large that it takes a long time to get from one end of the galaxy to the other. The square that I am in, that I've shown you twice now, that was green when I showed you the faction feelings toward each other, that is just one star system. It has several, as I try and think of the name of it, I'm drawing a blank here. It has multiple little sectors in it, is what they are called in this game. You can actually see my sector in the top right hand corner, and for right now I mainly just want to get some more materials mined up, and then we're going to go back to my planet base. I'm going to land there, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now this game has went through a lot of changes, and most recent change, it added rails so I can make things move, which I will later be automating this mining to an extent, to where I just hit one button and it does most of the mining for me, to the point where I only have to move a little bit. The admins of this server have asked us not to mine planets when there are more than, let's say, 10 to 20 people on the server, because mining a planet causes a lot of latency for the whole server and causes the server to run on a very high load, which makes everyone's ping go from the hundreds into the thousands, and that is not fun for anyone. So I will try and refrain from doing that. I may find a couple times where I'm able and okay to do that, but for right now I'm mainly going to stick to mining out these bases, or these asteroids, and some decayed stations, until I get to a point wherein I can go kill pirates. Then I will be destroying pirates to pick up their loot. Now the current problem with that is, as I've said, the pirates on this server are a whole lot harder to kill than the normal pirate blueprints, if I can not fumble over words, which I've kind of been doing tonight. But as I was saying, they are modified, they're a lot stronger, and another update that was recent, or at least that I haven't seen till recently, is that now if you attack pirates, they will actually send fleet of pirates from another base to your location to help defend their station. So what that means is it goes from being a few pirate turrets that are stationary on a star station or star base, whatever you want to call it. It goes from a few of those that are stationary to actually a few of them that are chasing you down trying to kill you. My current ship does not have a jump drive, but my other ship does right now. I plan on keeping a jump drive in my ship that I go fight pirates in, simply because I would like to kill all the pirates and then get out of there before the station dispatches more of them to my location. Because, as I've said, they're very strong, and it's not exactly nice to try and stand off against them. There actually is a TeamSpeak for this. I may get that later on. I'm not sure yet. I do have my own faction right now, which I am accepting invites to, but I don't think anyone on the server really watches my channel. If they do, however, awesome. The channel is the Starside Shatter Skies server. So if you want to watch it, go look up the Starside YouTube channel, and in their videos they should have a link to this in their in their description, so you guys can come join me, come find me if you want, and either try and kill me or help me out, whichever one you want. But have a fair warning, I am rather strict when it comes to my faction. The first few levels which people will start off in my faction, friendly fire will get you kicked out immediately. You will not have very much, you will not be able to do a whole lot when it comes to faction commands. That is mainly saved for the upper rank people, which I will choose who I want as upper rank as time goes on. But I am pretty lenient still. I mean, it may sound like I'm not, but if you earn my trust within a few days, then guaranteed you will be one of the higher ranking people, which, as long as you do not do anything that kind of messes with that, I will be fine. My only thing is, be careful who you would invite. Other than that, I don't really care. But anyway, let me mine up this asteroid. I know I said it about the last one, but let me mine up this one, and then we will actually move on to our planet. Actually, I'm going to probably move back to our planet right now, because we have most of the stuff. Now, on this map, WASD kind of moves you around. Q and E are up and down. Alright, there we go. Now I just hit plot path to current. Look for the little white waypoint dot. There's our home planet, so let's head over there. Now this server does have a very low, how to say this, its friction in space is practically non-existent. So if you start moving, like I am now, I'm going at max speed for the server. Neutral signature in our territory. So I'm going to actually put a hello out to that person and see if I can't find out who it is. It may just be a neutral as in another player, or it may be neutral as in the either trading guild or something like that. Well, let's go ahead, and as I was saying, I'm not hitting any keys to move right now because there's no But anyway, we will actually go ahead and fly into our little station. But like I was saying, I don't have to hold W because there is no friction, so I just keep moving. That's only a problem if the server crashes and keeps loaded this chunk for whatever reason, or I have to log out, and the chunk I'm in stays loaded without my ship having been stopped, because that means my ship will just keep going until the chunk unloads or someone stops it. So, this is our little planet. Yeah, the chunks haven't loaded in all that well right now. But let me go dock our ship so that admins do not destroy it. Ooh, right here comes in a nice bright white color. Hopefully none of you are watching this as late at night as I am recording it. It's actually about 12 in the morning where I am. So, there. Got it docked, so no one will come around and destroy that. Then open up our little roof area. Jump up here, and jump up one more time. Go ahead and close it. Maybe if it'll close. There we go, got it closed. Alright, welcome to our little temporary base planet. Up there is the starter ship that is modified. Sorry about blinding anyone. Let's go drop off our supplies. This is all power blocks to power our small factory right here. These are all factory blocks. This is a capsule refinery where we will dump most of our stuff so that it actually gets turned into whatever it will be turned into. Don't need to dump lava in there. Activate that and let it start turning into everything. Go ahead and put all of this in here. All of it just like that. And now this all just kind of begins turning into stuff. Alright, so that doesn't turn into anything. Which is slightly a problem. Actually, we want to be able to make this bigger real quick so that I can see all of it. There we go. Now, to make these, it looks like I need to do this. There we go. Now that'll slowly craft those. So I'm gonna X out of all of that. And here's our little build block. We have our own shop module right here temporarily, our faction module, and our undetonator in case we do die. Now the reason I say that shop is only there temporarily is because I actually have a shop right here, which is very, very nice. However, I just want to look and see if there's anyone around here real quick. As you can see, I do have all the asteroids turned on to let me see them, simply because that way I know like what asteroid is where, what it has in it. Let me remember which one of these. This one is up, so I said up. Alright, no, never mind, that one's down. This one is up. So let's head up to that ship up there. Like I said, it has been modified. Go ahead and activate this so we can move around some. That is all powered just to power those few crafting blocks down there, which I will get into detail later on in, and maybe even start a new, well, when I start my new station up in the space area, when I start my space station, I will show everyone that. So let's go ahead and hop off that little, those were rails, by the way, that I was riding up on. This is rail activated as well. And this landing gear here is also rail activated. It will actually swing up and dock up, well, not dock up there, but move up there and just be out of the way. But this ship was mainly designed by the owners of this server. All I did was a small bit of changing up where things are at. So this is all kudos to them. It is very well done. I like it. I made very minor changes, mainly lighting, and actually I'm going to close this so you guys can see the lighting. So mainly some lighting, and also this may be very blinding very soon for everyone, but I also changed this glass here from glass to darkened or black crystal armor, so it's a bit darker, which I think looks very nice. All in all, though, this ship is a very, very nice ship by the admins. They did a really good job, but I'm not here to show that off right now. I'm mainly here to say this is a new thing that I plan, a new series I plan on starting up. Now, I am going to be spending some more time on here. I'm also going to keep our RimWorld series. Forgot to hit the not faction, but the gravity module, which I might do something about making it to where I don't have to grab that each time. However, as I said, this is all turning into its capsules and crystal component and alloyed metal mesh, which then we use in here for our different recipes. So pretty much everything in the game can be crafted at one of these stations, either at your basic factory, at your standard factory, or at your advanced factory. This microassembler mainly turns like capsules into whatever I need them to be. I think it might also actually do this. I'm not sure. I want to find out real quick. It does. Alright. Which means I'm going to be able to do this to get all of this in here, so I don't have to carry it around with me. Alright. Now then. As I said, how I plan on making that automatic, I will eventually work on that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I do not have another ship core, which is quite necessary. I do not. So that gives me some shit. I want to keep that as power reactor modules, simply because I will need them all the time. So instead of scrolling through here, I'm just going to come into here, go ship, drop this down, find the ship core recipe, view production recipe, and all I need is 1 Nox crystal. Wait, that's for a black light. Give it a moment to update. Alright, so I need 25 alloyed metal mesh and 25 crystal composites, which, as you can see, I have a ton of right in here. So now I just grab those. I'm just going to go ahead and put them all in there. Activate this. It'll make it one at a time for right now because I do not have any factory enhancers. I'm going to let it make about 3 or 4, and then I will stop it and probably leave it there. Actually, I need power modules, so I might make some power modules while I'm at it. Alright, so there's my 4. Let's grab these. Go ahead and look in here. I'm going to keep these on me for right now, but I don't need them in my hotbar. I need power modules, and I need some thrusters. So, power modules just take 20 alloyed metal mesh. So I'm going to put all that in there. I'm going to come up here, going to change this. Go ahead and go, if I can spell thruster. Find it, hit OK, look in here, 10 and 5. So in order to do that, I can look in here. Boom, there's a lot more of that. I can also look in here and find something. I can do that. Just plop those in there. Activate that. Now, I don't want to make all of this into it, but it should not make all of it into it. So I'm actually going to leave that run. Actually, I'm just going to leave that run, period. And I'm going to leave this run and probably call it here for this video for tonight. But hopefully you guys are all enjoying this. I know I am. I've always enjoyed this game. I found it very interesting. When I do make my space station in outer space or in the sky, as I keep looking up to, which is solid white, rather blinding for both of us. But when I make my station up there, that setup right there will be a lot neater. It will also be hidden. Something else I was thinking of doing is there's actually stations in here that are decayed. If you find one of those, you go up to it, you just press M, and you can actually buy that station. I may go just do that and buy one, but in order to do that, I'm going to need a lot of money. It looked like there was another person in here somewhere, so I'm going to empty my navigation of all these asteroids simply by clicking on it like that, reloading it, and scrolling. Alright, now it would appear that I am the only one in here, or at least in my sector, which is nice. So I'm probably going to end this recording here. It's actually been about 25 minutes, which is one of my longer videos, but there's a lot to say in this game. There's a lot more to do. So if you guys like this, let me know. You know, even if you don't like it, I might play it. Just some. I mean, I'll play it whether you guys like it or not, simply because I like it, but I may not record it all the time. But as I've said, hopefully you guys do all enjoy this. I will see all of you in my next video. Bye bye.